Good day, Mr. Vice President. Today we are here to present our product launching for the Nigeria Group. This presentation is being conducted by myself, Jasenia, and Joseph, and our group members, which are Pele, Tenande, Susanna, Umberto, Romeric, and Sam.
Nigeria has major and unique cultural dimensions, and this will compare to the United States. In terms of power distance, Nigerians are believed to have a huge belief in hierarchy compared to the United States, which they believe in equality for all. Nigerians do care for the group, and compared to the United States, which embraces individualism. In terms of masculinity, Nigerians and the US scored high in this dimension, giving us an idea that both societies are competitive and they like to reward for success. In light of uncertainty avoidance, Nigeria tends to have a need of control, and it has a similar situation with America, but Americans tend to be going with the flow. In the light of long-term orientation, Nigerians mostly are conscious and viewed as short-term, wanting quick results and willing to walk away from opportunities. Nigeria tends to indulge more and in comparison to practicing restraint, which is something that Americans do embrace.
For our next point, we are looking into communication and scheduling culture. In Nigeria, communication culture is complex and indirect, one of the most disciplined, what other is trying to imply. They are also very evaluating when it comes to their culture. In communication, it is confrontational and negative comments and evaluations are delivered directly. In discouraging culture, we have it's important to foster work through open and debates for production. And scheduling culture is flexible, timekeeping, and is preferred, but not strictly a hired.
As a result of the way that they communicate and negotiate and schedule, Nigerians do love to negotiate and bargain in any situation. The idea is that they can get the best results or the most results and benefit from any agreement with the least cost or any burden that they can avoid. Hence, when having an opportunity to present their ideas or even their part of the deal, they tend to pretend that they're disinterested in a deal so that they can misrepresent an item's value. This they do so that they can gain more out of any situation. They tend to think that's a win-win situation. This results in their negotiations being slow and protracted so that they can understand your point of view and also manage to get the maximum benefits from any agreement that they engage themselves in.
For the next point, we have political views. In Nigeria, there's a federal government system. This is structured by an executive president, VP, legislative, which is upper and lower chamber, and judiciary, which is Supreme Court, High Court, and other distinct court associations. For the recent events, Nigeria, they carried their general elections on May of the past year, which is 2023. Nigeria has an independence in October 1st, 1960, and they have been an independent country for the past 64 years.
Well, politics, which feeds off to their economy. It's the economic freedom index that Nigeria scored as of last year was 53.9, with an average of 59 points being ranked 124 out of 174 countries. This has been attributed to strength like their tax scheme, their government spending, the labor freedom that they enjoy, and the monetary freedom. However, as any economy, they have their weaknesses, and these include the property rights, judiciary effectiveness, government integrity, physical health, business freedom, trade freedom, investment freedom, and financial freedom. These major issues have been related to insecurities, for example, the Boko Haram situation, the lack of education in some parts of the country, and the massive dent that corruption has been putting on any government institution. A suggestion then would be when doing business or introducing a product in this market that you make sure that you have established contracts that have stipulated rules, this to avoid situation of losing rights or even being involved in corruption.
For our next point, we are looking into regulatory environment. In Nigeria, when settling a business, there's different requirements we have to meet. The first one is gaining the paperwork necessary by registering your business. The second step is to make sure that we are filing our taxes for the acquired business. And the third, when making business either with local vendors or international vendors, it is important to carry out a contract because this avoids of being at risk of financial loss, legal disputes, and damages to their reputations.
As we know, no country can operate on its own in this global world, and no man is an island. Hence, Nigeria, in its efforts to create partnership and agreements, it has joined several regional organizations and international organizations in the light of free trade agreements, which are called FTAs. One example is one that is called AGOA, that has created commercial ties between Nigeria and USA. This allows them to import and export goods at a lower import tariffs, and this allows trade to flow easily and allow even foreign currency to come into Nigeria.
For our next point, we are looking into foreign direct investments, which is FDI. Nigeria foreign direct investments have improved significantly recently, hitting a record high of 698.8 million in 2020, most of which was equally, however, most developing economies desire more direct investments considering the benefits it has on the host country. When we take a quick look on the diagram, we can see that Nigeria had an extremely high peak in September of 2020, but it also had a great season between the months of November of 2021 till January 2022.
As a result of the foreign direct investment that Nigeria tended to enjoy, we learned that the real GDP growth remains subdued with an average of 3.3 in the years 2023 and 2024. The inflation had been elevated to 19.6 in 2023, though it has been declining to 13.6 in this year, which is 2024. This has been a reflection of the domestic food supply and the effects that the monetary policy has on the economy. This shows that the economy of Nigeria is growing and it has potential to accept most of the products that we introduce.
For the next point, we are looking currency. In Nigeria, its currency is known as the Nigerian naira. When we take a quick look on the diagram, we can see that one US dollar is equivalent to 780 Nigerian naira. Nigeria counts on their oil sector to boost their economy. When the prices decrease, this affects demand and the market becomes unpredictable. Fluctuation in the exchange rates affects the importing and goods paid for the foreign in exchange.
Hence, the product that we are hoping to introduce to the market is rice. We know that Nigerians do enjoy their rice at any time of the day. It is a growing market, and we know that we have potential to even make more money and more income for the company. Though, as you enter in any market, there are barriers that you have to face. One of the major barriers that we face in this market is infrastructure, like roads to transport the product from the farm to even to final consumer, packaging equipment, and anything that should be available to make sure that the product comes from the original source to the final consumer. With any market, we know that there are competitors, and our major three competitors in this market will be China, which imports quite a number of tons in Nigeria, the Philippines, and Saudi Arabia.
For our next product, we are looking into affordable rice cookers. These rice cookers make cooking very easier and quicker, and it saves time. This can be available in our local stores, and it's great because it's used in so many different cultures, and it just makes things a little bit more easier when it comes to processing rice.
The final product that we would like to introduce will be solar panels. There being a talk of clean energy around the global warming that is happening across the world. Hence, there's increasing demand for this clean way of generating energy. Though government policies and interference may hinder us to even enjoy most benefits, but we believe that this product has a chance to succeed in this market.
Our final slide shows some of the reference that help us to put this presentation together. We are grateful for your time and for listening to our proposal, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.